An arena turns 30, a rivalry writes a wild new chapter, and Canada's U18 women skate into a gold medal showdown, while Alberta's energy future stirs a sovereignty push and Ottawa tries to leapfrog the U.S. on electric vehicles. Quick Ottawa weather. Expect a high near -4 and a low near -14 degrees Celsius with periods of snow. If you were at the Canadian Tire Centre for the anniversary game, you got your money's worth, and then some. The Montreal Canadiens stunned the Ottawa Senators 6-5 in overtime, erasing what looked like a put-away lead late. Ottawa's Jake Sanderson had seemingly iced it with an insurance marker, but Montreal pulled Samuel Montembeault and clawed back with 2 late goals to force extra time. Then, 33 seconds into OT, Caufield buried his second of the night to complete the comeback. For the Senators, Brady Tkachuk, Stützle, Cozens, David Perron, and Sanderson all found the back of the net. But the Habs' 3 straight to finish were the difference. Another reminder that both clubs are rebuilding on the fly, and every mistake matters. Worth noting, Montreal came in with fresh lineup shuffles specifically for Ottawa. Samuel Montembeault was scratched to make room for Jake Evans down the middle. Joe Veleno slid to the wing on the 4th line, and Brendan Gallagher bumped up alongside Philip Deneau and Josh Anderson. Clearly, the tweaks paid off in a matchup that always seems to force the whiteboard out. The night also doubled as a milestone for the building itself. 30 years since the then Palladium opened with these same 2 teams inaugurating the ice. Fittingly, the rivalry delivered a classic to mark the occasion. Between the pipes, Sens fans are watching for news on Linus Ullmark. There's no firm timeline yet on his return, but the chatter is building on when and how he'll rejoin the rotation. His availability could reshape how Ottawa's split starts and manages back-to-backs, so keep an eye on updates from the team this week. From the NHL to the next generation, at the U18 Women's World Hockey Championship, Canada bulldozed Czechia 8-1 to book a spot in the final against the United States. Canada blitzed 3 goals in the first 5-12. Maddie McCullough, Laurie Aubin, and Rachel Piggott setting the tone early, then never looked back. Adriana Milani added 2 in the 3rd, and Sophia Ismail put up a goal and 3 assists. She's now at 15 points in 5 games. Leah Rose Cherwa stopped 20 of 21, as Canada outshot Czechia 37-21. Lucy Shindelarova had the lone Czech goal. With the U.S. crushing Sweden 9-1 in the other semi, we're getting the heavyweight final everyone expected. Coach Vicky Sunahara's message remains simple: play a full 60 to bring home gold. On the national front, Alberta's renewable energy picture is getting cloudier and more political. 14 major wind and solar projects in the southeast haven't broken ground, with developers waiting on changes to the province's power market. Counties warn that uncertainty could scare off billions as they look to replace shrinking oil patch tax bases. Some rural politicians are pushing back on rapid build-out, calling for tighter land use rules for turbines and solar arrays. Alongside all that, the Stay Free Alberta campaign is drawing large crowds in Central and Edmonton regions, aiming for 178,000 signatures to trigger a referendum on independence. Energy, land, and local revenue are colliding here, and the outcome will ripple across Canada's climate goals and grid planning. Meanwhile, in Ottawa's economic orbit, Canada is charting its own course on Chinese electric vehicles. The Carney government notified U.S. President Donald Trump it was parting ways with his administration on tariffs, with plans to lower duties on Chinese EVs while securing tariff relief from Beijing on Canadian canola and seafood. That heads-up reportedly explains Washington's muted response on Friday. Prime Minister Mark Carney calls it a pragmatic approach, and Ottawa's message is that Canada intends to leapfrog the U.S. on electric automaking. Domestic automakers are uneasy about import competition, but the government is betting that supply chain access and market pressure will accelerate the transition. Quebec politics are also on the move. Charles Milliard, former Chamber of Commerce head, has officially entered the Quebec Liberal leadership race to succeed Pablo Rodriguez after finishing second in last June's contest. Mario Roy is in as well, with all candidates up against a February 13 deadline to file. Over in the CAQ, Transport Minister Jonathan Julien is publicly backing Simon Barrett as a potential successor to François Legault. MNA's Shirley Dorismond and Mario Asselin have also voiced support. Barrett hasn't declared, but he's praising colleagues' talent and resolve as the party weighs its future. A couple of quick hits beyond our market. In the NFL, Denver survived in Buffalo 33-30 in overtime. Jaquan McMillian picked off Josh Allen deep in OT, and rookie Bo Nix steered the Broncos to Will Lutz's 23-yard winner. 5 takeaways flipped Denver's usual turnover script, though coach Sean Payton was still grumbling about a 1-for-4 day in the red zone. The Broncos now wait on New England or Houston for the AFC title game. And on the ice out west, the Ducks rallied from 2 down to edge the Kings 3-2 in a shootout. Rookie Beckett Senecki logged 2 assists and a shootout goal. Mason McTavish sealed it in round 3 as Anaheim strung together a second straight win after a brutal skid. Back home, the Senators' schedule offers little breathing room. Monitor Olmark's status, enjoy a little nostalgia as the Canadian Tire Center turns 30, and yes, shake off the sting of that Habs finish. Rivalry nights hurt, but there's plenty of runway left in this season's story. That's it for today. If you were at the anniversary game, send us your favorite memory from the building's early years, and we'll share a few on the next show.